In this video, we're going to conduct a 1 proportion z test. We're starting with this example. A simple random sample of 1,001 Disneyland Park visitors found that 527 visitors in the sample think the food options are better than expected. Is this sufficient evidence to conclude that more than 50% of all park visitors have this opinion? First, as always, we do the state part. What is P in this question? Well, P is the true proportion of Disneyland Park visitors who think the food options are better than expected. Be sure to include all the small details, and remember to highlight the true proportion right here. Second part, name the procedure. We're doing a 1 proportion z test. Check the conditions. Is this a simple random sample? Yes. Is there more than 10 Disneyland visitors? Yes. So then we can state the standard deviation of proportion is square root of PQ divided by N. Also remember to label the alpha, which is going to be 0.05. And this is the alpha level we're using in this question. And also state NP and NQ. NP is using your sample size times the p-value, and same thing as NQ. Both cases, they're going to give you the same value, which is 500.5, greater than 10. So then we can conclude sampling distribution is approximately normal. Remember, when you're doing a 1 proportion z test, it is different from 1 proportion z interval. When you're doing with z interval, you have to use p hat and q hat. When you're doing NP, NQ, standard deviation, and all that things. But when you're doing a z test, you have to use P and Q because we're using the original population, not the sample. The third part is do. You have to draw the normal curve first, if you choose to do it on your calculator. Label the P and P hat. P hat is using the number given in the question, 527 visitors of all 1,001 Disneyland Park visitors. And we found the p hat is 0.526. Use your calculator for normal CDF to find the p-value is 0.0470. Round to 3 digits. I mean 4 digits, but 3 significant numbers. And z-score in this case, you are going to use p hat minus p all divided by the standard deviation of p hat, which is going to give you 1.675. So we can finally conclude, since p is equal to 0.0470, which is less than alpha equal to 0.05, we reject null hypothesis, meaning we have enough evidence to say that more than 50% of Disneyland visitors say the food is better than expected. The reason I wrote in blue pen right here is we're talking about another scenario which alpha is equal to 0.01. In this case, we failed to reject null hypothesis because our p is greater than alpha. So pay close attention to the part that I highlighted in yellow. Those will be the key places in your FRQs. The graders will give you the point if you wrote them correctly. So that's it. I used an example for 1 proportion z test to teach you how to write a full 1 proportion z test FRQ in your stats class. I hope you learned something from